Hello, Miss T. This is your recording for whenever it is that you actually want to do a yoga session while I'm away, tanning my cheeks in Cyprus. Also, I've got an ulcer on the side of my tongue, so if you hear me start to lisp, it's because of that. My boss has already taken the piss out of me today for how I sound. Fortunately, lisping is part of my people's repertoire, so I'm expected to lisp. Anyway, so I'm just going to do something really standard, because I don't know if your back is going to be bad or not, but as always, do what you can. No need to follow if you're puffed out or something. I'll try and put some breaks in and things like that. But this is for you to do at your leisure. So as always, I want you to take a moment to bring yourself into a comfortable mountain pose. Ooh. And when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then a long breath out. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw relax. And then start to do little movements, starting at your toes and the soles of your feet, moving all the way up your legs, through your hips, and your chest and shoulders, down your arms, to your fingers, and then back up to your neck. A small move from side to side. And your face muscles. And then right through the crown of your head. Now again, let's take another deep breath in. And a steady breath out. Now I just want you to move very slowly, with your eyes still closed, in a slow motion circle with your body around the soles of your feet. And then start to take those movements even more broadly out to the side, back and front in this big circle you're doing around your feet. Your breath nice and steady. Good. Now, whichever direction you were doing that circle in, take it in the opposite direction. Good. And then slowly bring yourself to a stillness. Turn your palms away from each other. And then as you inhale, lift your hands up above your head. Stretch yourself out nice and long. Interlace the fingers, press the palms towards the ceiling. Good, and then start to bend your knees. Stick your bum back and go into a chair pose. So you can uninterlace your fingers here. Good, press yourself all the way up. Reach up nice and long. And then again, bend your knees. Good, chair pose. And then press all the way up. One more. Bending the knees. Bum goes back. Chair pose. Good. Come back to center. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Pull that arm up. Take it over to one side. Back to center. Swap over your hands. Pull up and then over. Good. Come back to center. Bring your hands down by your side. Roll your shoulders in both directions. Good. Take a deep breath in. Strong breath out. Good. Now make your way towards the top of your mat and bring your bricks into whichever setting you think is going to be the best for you. I'm going to do it all on the highest setting. Good. So when you're ready, inhale, lift your hands towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knees, stick the bum back, move back into chair pose. Good. Take another breath in here. And then as you exhale, slowly fold over your legs and bring your hands onto the bricks. Good. Let's step our right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Good. Now I want you to lower your right knee down and then press into your left foot, letting your hips sink as you look forwards. Good. As you exhale, I want you to lift the back knee and look towards the floor. Okay, and we're going to do this a few more times. So, bending the back knee down to the floor, lean forwards and look forwards. Good. Now press to lift your back knee and look towards the floor. Good. One more. Lower the knee, look forwards. Good. And then lift. Breathe. Long breath in. Steady breath out. From here, turn your bricks so they come down onto their lowest setting, if you can, just so you can step your left foot back and balance on the bricks. Good. Now hold it there in your plank and look forwards. Breathe. Press the heels back. Good. Now lift your hips up nice and high and take yourself back into downward facing dog. Good. Move forwards again into your plank. Lower your knees down towards the floor. Good. Take the bricks back up onto their highest setting. Good. Now lift your knees so you're in a plank on the high part of the bricks and step your right foot forwards. Good. Now again, let's go into the lowering of the back knee, dipping your hips forwards and looking forwards. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Lift the back knee and look towards the floor. Again, dip. And lift. Last one. Dip. And lift. Good. This time we're going to step our back foot up so we come to the top of the mat, folded over the legs. Good. Now I want you to do half lifts here. So inhale, half lift, look forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And fold. Half lift. And fold. Good. Take hold of either elbow and gently rock yourself from side to side. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. And let the back part of your legs just stretch here. And breathe. Good. Take hold of your bricks. Flip them down onto their medium setting or lower setting if you prefer, and step both feet back into a plank. Again, look forwards, press your heels back. Good. Drop your knees down to the floor, take the bricks to one side so your hands can come down onto the mat. As you inhale, pull your body forwards. going to headbutt the bush here. And then bend your elbows to take yourself down to the floor. Push forwards and up into cobra. Good. Come back onto your knees and bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Good. Tuck your toes to keep your legs nice and steady. And then when you're ready, let's take the left leg back. Good. Now I want you to draw big circles here with your left leg, keeping that leg as straight and strong as you can. Good. Pause. Turn the toes to the left-hand side and also turn your hips to the left-hand side as well. Good. Come up onto the fingertips of your hands. And then what I want you to do is I want you to draw your knee as close as you can towards your shoulder and then send it back. Again, shoulder, send it back. To the shoulder, send it back. Turn towards the floor, toes point back down again. Good, and drop that knee down. Good, take a deep breath in here. And then let it go. Good, let's do the same on the right. So let's take the right leg out. Big circles with the right leg. Good, pause. Turn the right foot to point to the right-hand side. Come high up onto your fingertips. Turn your hips to the right-hand side. Good, and then begin to bring your knee as close to your shoulder as you can. Send it back, forwards, back, forwards, and back. Good, turn yourself back to the floor, knees down. Good, and breathe. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Give your tailbone a wiggle. Maybe bring your shoulders into this as well. Good. Bring your hands a little further up towards the top of the mat. Press the finger pads down nice and firmly. Tuck your toes and lift yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Now stretch out your back here as much as you can. Good. Let's come high onto the tiptoes. Look between your hands and see if you can do big steps to get yourself all the way to the top of the mat. Good. Now bend the knees nice and deeply. Swoop the hands along the mat and press yourself to standing. Good. Maybe press your big toes in here and lean back. Come back to center. Fold. Good. Again, bend the knees deeply. Swoop the hands. Bring yourself all the way up to standing. Good. And then fold. Last one. Deep bend into the knees. Swoop the hands. Come all the way up to standing. Good. Fold yourself back down towards the floor. Good. Step both feet back into a plank. Knees down. This time lift the feet away from the floor. Bending the elbows, take yourself through a chaturanga. Up into a cobra. And then back into downward facing dog. Good. Let's lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Curl the leg underneath you and see if you can step it as far as possible up towards the top of the mat. Again, you can drop the back knee down here and manually shift the leg up. Once you have your foot up, either pop your hands under bricks or don't, it's entirely up to you. Lift the back knee away from the floor. Good. Now lift into a high lunge. Bend nice and deeply into that front knee. Good. Now turn to the left and open up your arms. Hold it there. Breathe. Back to center. Good. Fold back down towards the bricks. Good. Step your back foot up so you're folded over your feet. Inhale, half lift. Look forwards. and fold. Inhale, half lift and fold. Last one, inhale, half lift. Pause there and fold. Good, step both feet back into a plank. Lower the knees down. Come to the mat if you prefer. Pull forwards, flick the toes towards the ceiling. Bend your elbows. Take yourself through and up into cobra. Good, and then tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Strong breath out. When you're ready, right leg lifts. Good, curl the leg underneath you and step it up. If you don't quite make it, pop the back knee down. Option to bring yourself onto bricks. Lift the back knee. Good, and then reach up into a high lunge. Good, bend deeply into that front knee. Start to turn to the right hand side. Hold it steady, breathe. You then come back to center. Good, fold yourself down towards the floor. Step back, knees down. But this time we're going to go back into a child's pose. And breathe. Catch your breath. Take some water if you need to. Just breathe. Good. Pull yourself back up onto all fours. Remove the bricks to one side for a moment and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tucking your toes and just wiggle your tailbone from side to side. Good. Now we're going to slide our left foot back, press the heel back, and then turn that foot down towards the floor as you pop yourself high onto your left fingertips. Take the right toes out to the right-hand side more, so you can turn your hips more to the left. Good. Now begin to lift. Left arm up. We're going to half side plank. Then start to reach your hand over your head, so you're getting a full stretch down the side of your body. And then finally, turn and look towards the ceiling if you can. Good. Turn yourself back to look towards the floor. Turn the body to look towards the floor. Drop the hand. Come back off of the heel of the left foot. And bring that knee back in. Good. Again, wiggle your tailbone from side to side. Deep breath in. Let it go. Good. Start to slide your right leg back. Press the heel back so you can feel your calf stretching. Look forwards. Good. Now take the left toes out to the side as you lower the right heel down to the floor. See if you can press down the back edge of your right foot rather than the inner edge. Good. Come high onto your right fingertips, and then when you're ready, lift the arm up. Turn your head to look at the ceiling as well as you reach that arm over, so you're stretching the sides of your body. Breathe. Hold it steady. Good. Turn to look back at the floor. Turn the body to come back towards the floor. Drop the hand. Come off of the heel on your right foot and slide your left leg back so you come into a plank. Good. Lift your hips up nice and high. Downward facing dog. Breathe. When you're ready, lift the left leg up behind you. And then curl it underneath and step it up towards the top of the mat. Again, lowering your back knee down and shifting it up yourself is absolutely fine. When you're ready, lift yourself up into your high lunge. Good, let's drop our hands down onto our hips. And also let's bring our back foot in ever so slightly. Little burp just rose up there just for your pleasure. Good, now start to bend into your left foot, lean forwards. And then see if you can lift yourself up into your warrior 3. And breathe. Good, drop that foot back down behind you. So you end up back in your high lunge position. Re-extend your arms and fold yourself back to the floor. Step back into a plank. Good, downward facing dog. Long breath in. Steady breath out. When you're ready, right leg lifts. Oh, got confused there. Curl it underneath. Step the foot up in between your hands. Again, taking some time to get that foot as far up as you can. Good, nice and slowly lift. High lunge. Good, drop your hands to your waist. Bring your left foot in a little bit further just to make it a little easier. And then when you're ready, bend into the front knee and take your warrior 3. Oh, that rhymes. Good, this time instead of dropping our back foot down, we're going to start to roll up, bringing it down next to the right foot. We end up standing at the top of the mat. Good, and now you're standing at the top of the mat. Do a standing mince. Just to loosen up. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling and stretch yourself. Good, and then bring your hands down by your side into mountain pose. Take a moment just to breathe. Also an opportunity to take water if you need to. Good, when you're ready, inhale, lift your hands. Then exhale to fold gently, slowly, and with control down towards the floor. Use bricks here if you need to step yourself back into a plank. Good, lift your hips up high, downward facing dog. When you're ready, lift the left leg up, cut it underneath you, step it up as we've been doing. This time we're going to keep the back knee lowered down towards the floor. Good. Inhale to lift into your low lunge. And then we're going to do a series of dips and lifts. Okay, so dipping forwards, letting your hips come forwards, and then lift. Dip, lift. One more. Dip, lift. Good. Fold your hands forwards. Take it all the way back into your plank. Downward facing dog. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So lift that right leg up. Curl it underneath. Step it up. Good. Lower the back knee down. Go at your pace. Don't worry if I'm a bit ahead. You know what's coming up. Good. Inhale to lift up. And then to sink and lift. Sink. Sink. Lift. Sink. Lift. Good. Then fold your hands back down to the floor. Send yourself back into plank. Hips high, downward facing dog. And then slowly do small steps this time to walk yourself up towards the top of the mat. Good, and then gently roll your body up to standing. Again, deep breath in. Steady breath out. Good. Well, I hope that you're still here, still with it. I'm sure you are. I feel like that was a bit more energetic than we've been doing recently. So don't worry if it took you a little bit longer to get into certain positions, or if you're feeling a little bit tired. I'm just going to do some balancing, and I'm going to leave this entirely up to you to decide which balance you want to do today. I am going to go and do tree. You're welcome just to do tree with me. Or if you want to do something completely different that you know that we've done before, then I will leave it up to you, okay? Last week we did the foot in front of the other, just closing the eyes. This week I'm just going to do some tree, but that doesn't mean that you have to do it if you would rather do something else, okay? Good. So when you're ready, let's begin our balances. So I'm just going to walk you through tree again, starting by taking the weight over to the left foot, knee comes up. Finding the place inside the thigh or the calf. Knee goes out to the side. Hands come into whichever place they prefer. Prayer, hips, or above your head. Wherever you are, see if you can hold it and breathe. Again, if you ever come out of the pose, just make your way back through those steps rather than trying to launch yourself back up into it. Just to try and get out that habit. Good, and then when you're ready, in whichever pose you come into, make your way out of it. Here, just give your legs a shake. And then we're going to do the other side. So when you're ready, bring the weight into the standing leg and take the opposite side. Now again, if you are doing tree, remember to press your thigh or calf as hard as you can into your foot so you have a counter press. And then again, finding the point that works for you. Breathe. Good. And when you're ready, release. Bring yourself back to the position you were in before. Again, just give your legs a wobble. Then take a moment to reach up towards the ceiling so that you're lengthening yourself out. Try and reach as high as you can. Come high onto your tiptoes. Staying on your tiptoes. Fold yourself forwards nice and slowly, careful of your back. And once you get all the way over your legs, then lower your heels. Grab hold of either elbow and gently rock from side to side. Good, and then roll your body up. Good. Time to make our way down towards the floor. So take your bricks. So you have something to sit on. And we're going to start by taking our right leg out to the side, bringing our left foot to the inside of that leg. Inhale to lift your hands up towards the ceiling, and then staying looking forwards, take a side bend over towards your extended leg. Good. Let your lower hand drop to wherever it lands and take the other arm in the opposite direction. So we're opening up the chest here. Good. Now draw that top hand round and start to turn to look towards your foot. You'll notice the stretch changes. Now breathe. And then come all the way back to center. Good. Let's take the other leg out and bring that first leg in. Again, stay looking forwards, reach your hands towards the ceiling, and then do that side movement over towards your other extended foot. Let your hand drop, other hand go in the other direction. So you're opening up your chest. And then round this hand, turn the body to look towards your front foot. Take the underside of wherever your hands meet. Breathe. And press your chest forwards. Good, and then slowly roll up. Good. Let's bring both feet in. And then just allow your hands or gravity to do its job as we just gently stretch these inner thigh muscles. Sitting up nice and tall, maybe even closing your eyes here if it feels good. Nice and slowly, draw your knees back in towards your chest. Shift yourself off of your bricks, bringing them back out the way. Take yourself into this position on the mat where you're leaning back, you're holding onto your knees, the top part of your knees. Good, let your chest lift and let your shoulders run back. Now I want you to try and find that balance point where you can lift your feet 2 inches away from the floor and then take your hands away so they are hovering parallel to the floor. Now see if you can begin to roll back. There'll be a point where you feel like you need to just collapse on the floor. See if you can come back up a bit before that happens. And then again, bring yourself this time all the way down, feet lower, as you come down towards the floor. Take a moment to breathe. As you draw your feet in towards you. And by feet, I mean knees. Gently rock yourself from side to side. Good. Now let's start to bring our feet down towards the floor, just behind our bum. Hands come down to the floor as well. Now nice and slowly press down with your feet to lift your hips up high. Good. Maybe lift the heels of your feet as well to get even more height. Hold it there. Breathe. Good, and then gently begin to lower heels and bum. Good, we're going to go up again. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, press your feet down, lift your hips up. But this time, see if you can shift your shoulder blades underneath to get even more height. Again, lifting the heels if you feel like it feels good. Breathe. And then again, lower the heels. Take your shoulder blades out from underneath and bring yourself back down towards the floor. Good. Stretch both legs out here just to lengthen out your spine. And then again, bring your knees back in. Gently rock yourself from side to side. Let's take our left leg down by our chest. You're ready, start to do a crocodile twist by taking that right leg across the body, rolling onto your left hip, keeping the right shoulder blade down, and turning your head to look at your extended right arm. Good, and then roll yourself back. Ease it in. And then take that leg all the way out and down. Good, draw the other leg in. Squeeze it in. And then take the crocodile twist. Good, and then draw that leg back in. Take the right leg in as well, and just open and close your legs. Good, and then finally for today, so thread your hands through the inside of your legs to take the outside of your feet. And then gently rock from side to side. Good, and then slowly take your legs down towards the floor. Do any other stretches that you feel like you need to do. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let your belly swell. And then release. Slowly start to let each part of your body relax down into the mat. Your lower back muscles release. Your bum. Your shoulder blades. Your jaw. And then gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and your nose. Of course, if you'd rather lie here exactly where you are, then you can stay here for as long as you like. Not bend your knees. And roll yourself gently over to either the right or the left-hand side. Pressing yourself up so that you come back either to your mountain pose or to a comfortable seated position. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a long breath out. And if you're still here with me, well done. And you can say to yourself, Namaste. If you gave up halfway through, then you're never going to hear this. So it doesn't really matter. Either way, I hope that that is at least a small substitute for me being away, how dare I, for a week. Let me know how you get on I will see you once I'm back. Bye.